matter how many noises are made, the law is the law.
A year, her travels. Her travels. Traveling with my husband and daughter is part of my condition of service as Chief Justice. Yes. And you see, when she got there, Mr. S, do you have her travels video for me? Let me see if I can find it. Mr. S, do you have her travels for me? Yes. Let's watch this.
In 2 allegations, he's complaining that I misappropriated public funds to buy a ticket for my husband and my daughter to travel with me. In answer to this, I handed over my letter of appointment to prove that in my conditions of appointment as Chief Justice, Ghana graciously gave me 2 vacations in a year. In the Judicial Service travel policy, since 2010, the Chief Justice can never travel alone for security reasons. And the Chief Justice is always allowed to travel with a spouse or another person of their choice. So traveling on my officially given vacations with my husband on 1 occasion and my daughter for the 2nd vacation is part of the official conditions of my appointment as Chief Justice. I was also not responsible for buying the tickets in question, such that I could be said to have misappropriated the value of the tickets. Indeed, if the Judicial Service was not allowed to buy the tickets for my vacation, the remedy was for the Auditor General to surcharge me to refund the money. Anyone can check out the 2023 accounts of Judicial Service and know for themselves that there is no surcharge against me or anyone for the tickets that were purchased for my vacations. Ms. Ofori seems to be alleging that I should have traveled with my police escort alone on vacation and not a family member. And this is why he wants me removed from office. And I'm being tried or held behind the walls of a Edu Lodge. Ladies and gentlemen, the question to be asked is, why would anyone demand that I go on vacation given to me as Chief Justice with my police security instead of going with my husband or my daughter? And how can this be a reason for subjecting a Chief Justice to a committee of inquiry?
So you see, when she got to her travels, what she deliberately did was that, and we have done this story, she lumped it together. See, my travels. At a point, she said, the travels is part of a condition of service, which we understand. At a point, she said, travel with her husband on 1 occasion and her daughter on a 2nd vacation. Now, what she tried to do was that was the beginning. As some way by an NPP for an year, she decided to lump private travels and official travels together. Official and unofficial travel. She lumped the 2 together into otchere Ghana for. Ejuma me ye no. Nyome bi a wo ho say me so mitumi den ekogye home. Inti dian na kire say mintumi ni me kunu ene me ba entu kwan. Na abrante na de me kogina committee nanim no. Osi mintumi ni me kunu ene me ba entu kwan. Emeye ma mo pe diem. Moko Auditor General nkrata mu a mubehu se eye me ndeka bia anka Auditor General betata me. But what she failed to tell you is say yakase, oh, you are entitled to travel or travel on vacation. There is official travel, which is aban adwuma na wokoye. And your private travel, which is a wankasa and a woko akwaji wa home for leisure, for anything you want. Now what she did was she put the 2 together. The petitioner was telling or was questioning Torkonoo that Torkonoo, it is true Your condition of service nature say you can take a year vacation. But the same condition of service, no, it states it explicitly. Say, when you are going on official trip, this is what you get. And when you are going on a year private trip, this is what you get. So there are two pegs to one travel. Now, the travel is a big package, but within the travel, there is a private and there is the official. So, as an official capacity to work, the pegs in it, are different from traveling on vacation, which is not official. She basically decided to talk about the general traveling, but she decided not to go into the kind of travel she made. She's diabolic. She knows what she's doing. And you see, a or a judge, she has read psychology. She has read what we call communication. She's able to read between the lines. To confuse you, to give her what she wants. Because when you tell me that you have the right to travel as a Chief Justice and it's part of your condition of service, I agree with you. Even a president, he can travel. But there are some travels the president will make. They are official and some are unofficial. There are some travels the president will take some kind of pegs, and there are some travel he wouldn't be given that kind of pegs. So you need to break it down what the petitioner was asking. Not you traveling with your husband or with your guard. The petitioner was asking you the specific travels you made. What were the pegs and how did you use it? Did you abuse it? That is the question. But what she did was that she lumped the travels together. Look at me. I can travel with my husband. On one occasion with my daughter and the second with my husband. She is not being specific. She's generalizing the thing because she wants to drag you along with her sympathy. She wants to go on a sympathy journey with you. She knows what she's doing. She is cracking. She's cracking. She's playing on the conscience of Ghanaians. She's buying public sympathy. It was on this show, her travels and what the judicial audit service, the travels. Now, judicial audit service, when they were writing the report, they were specific and they used specific statements. For official and unofficial. How can you just come and tell Ghana for say, I cannot travel with my husband and on occasion on my second? No. Let us know what the petitioner is asking. The petitioner is asking specific question. Did you abuse the specific travel you made? And which travel did you make? Was it official? Did you use the right pegs? Did you abuse that peg? That is what you're asking. That is why when you were saying, you have not taken bribe before, I don't care about you not taking bribe. It is your conduct. Your conduct can influence a lot of things, especially from where you sit. Do not hide behind generalization of statements and making it look like what can something vague until we should fall for it. No. There's a reason why we are being specific and asking specific questions, because we demand reasonable answers. That's why I told you, what actually influenced you to come and do this? Because Saud himself was saying, intact. Give it to your lawyer. Don't even make a public statement. Let your lawyer go to court and defend this and make a case for you. But what you are doing is, in the first place, now call court, Supreme Court, one TV, so other than that, the High Court TV, so open public, to drag us with you to the court. You cannot judge this case in public. The process needs to be completed. The process. We need to go through the process. Now, thank you very much, team. Let me read this to you. This is from the Judicial Services. One will say, me read me bought the video the show. Now, when you read the Judicial Service report in the Bible, this is what they wrote. Torkonoo is diabolic. Be very careful. That woman, she's dangerous. From end of the no, she's on a mission. Now, the Judicial Service travel policy. This is the policy. Now, when you take your time and analyze the policy, thank you, team. Thank you, Mr. S. I need, how many are they? There are 3, right? Oh, there are 2. Okay, I'll read the second one. Now, they have policy. The Judicial Service, they have travel policy. Now, the travel policy, what does it say? Make sure Torkonoo Ediye. Now, let me read that. It says this. The Judicial Service travel policy revised in 2019 outlines entitlement for official travel by judicial officers, including the Chief Justice. Key points include the word be sure official travel. Ask yourself why the Judicial Service travel policy they put a word official travel there. There's a reason. It is signaling that what you're about to talk about is strictly linked to official travel. So when you go into official travel, what does it say? Official travel must be authorized by the Judicial Secretary or relevant approving authority. 2, the Chief Justice is entitled to per diem, airfare, and accommodation for official assignments. Security personnel may, so it's optional. You can decide to drop the security personnel or go with the security personnel. The security personnel may accompany the Chief Justice on official trips, especially for international engagement. All expenses must be accounted for with receipt, and any unused interest, that is advance funds, must be returned. Now you come and tell us that your travel, now you cannot travel with your husband, you cannot travel with your daughter. I'm asking you, when you traveled with your husband and your daughter, was it an official travel or was it private travel? Because we are the ones paying. In your statement, why were you not specific about your travels? Now, when you move forward and you look at the Judicial Service travel policy, now read this one. This is what we call private travel rules. So they actually have rules for official travels, and they have rules for private travels. Torkonoo kasano olampi ni nyina abomu baako e do dadao. But the petitioner was asking specific questions. Now, what the private travel rules, DNK, I say private travels treated differently. Now, the Chief Justice may not use state funds to cover expenses for personal travels. Chief Justice, you may decide to use your own money. Did you use your own money on this private travel? No, you use government money. So the rules apply here. Did you flout the law? The rules apply here. Did you go by the ethics? The rules apply here. Do not lump things and throw things to the people. Break it down if you are willing to speak on the matters. Now, family members, spouses or children, it says family members, spouses or children are not entitled to travel at the state expense unless explicitly approved under exceptional circumstances. Yasi oyire, okunu, oba, they are not supposed to travel some special circumstances. Obakache say you are traveling with your husband and your daughter. Which kind of travel are you talking about? Because I've read 2 types of travels to you. When you go down there, it says this: if the Chief Justice chooses to travel with family during personal leave, those costs must be borne privately. Yes, it's a Chief Justice here. You say, or no episode 2 coin, or in the bush for 2 coin, or in the crew 2 coin, na enya Benjamin Okoya, also no chiaka. Did you do that? You know the law. The law is the law. The law is the law. So you went even ahead to pay per diem to your daughter. Does the private travel allow that? Does the official travel allow that? Specify where the travel is. Don't just vaguely come and say, I cannot travel with my husband and another occasion with my daughter. No, be specific. The petitioner is asking specific questions. The 2019 policy reportedly stated that only security detail may accompany the Chief Justice on private travel for safety reasons. You say only security. It will call private, but in the beginning, you say optional. You can decide. You can choose to. But for your security reasons, only security detail may. It is conditional. You can choose to drop the security. If you think your security, you can take care of yourself. Into which one were you talking about? The law is the law. This woman came on TV today to deliberately decide to lie to Ghanaians. So when you would say, "En Ghanaian sem, am faith in sem no obi twa watro, obi create impression bi ato utim he Ade obey in there, rehearse it for weeks. She has rehearsed this. Even her body language, her dressing, she has rehearsed this. What's not say I can't see any. Onim de no ye. Onjimi yo, or a very intelligent woman. She is doing everything possible to maneuver. And you know, starting free a year, if you know, your friend is saying, they be obodino. Sa if you know, be the dinner obobona ha. They be an obeso kayo. It don't say why study ni pa. Say okasa obon say edu lodge. They be okasa no their shame. Okasa no their shame. What is she is trying to do is to always break your mind, send you back that they want to kill me. That's where they kill judges. This is the NDC. She knows what she's doing. This is communication. I've done communication. I know what she's doing. Into Okasaka Kra, no, they do lodge abishim. Okasaka Kra, no, they do lodge abishim. It is somebody watching. If you do lodge in the Kra, it will come back. Because what she's trying to do is to drag the NDC JJ Rawlings. Sa Atrono Muchato Rawlings, Weku judges. She wants to link the NDC to that and say, me too, I'm a judge today. That's what they want to do. She deliberately, as she speaks, she'll put a do lodge inside. Okasaka Kra, no, they do lodge ashim. What she's doing is she's keeping that word active in your brain. What she's doing, she's putting that word into, you know what she's trying to do? Ochina MPP for no mama kano, their talking point will be on the murdering of the judges. Edu lodge. You will see what they will do tomorrow. The LPP will have a press conference. 90% of the statement will be about Edu Lodge. Why are you intimidating her? You know some judges were killed. She wants to politicize the process. Inti onimdioye watnasia rehearsals onimdiana oya nende. She's planting something in the heads of people. Because you see, MPP for Yankophobia, they find a way to make nothing out of something. Or to make something out of nothing. Let me say it that way. Now, the moment Albemomo read me to say no, that is what they are chewing. The conversation will now not be about the Chief Justice breaching the law, taking an oath, and coming on TV to break the law. The conversation will be, hey, Judge Ofori Atta, are they trying to do the same? That is how she wants the conversation to go. Now, Mama Adorye, she says something else again. Yanku enim. Oka her nominating the secretary, any chamber for and some other 3 judges to Akufo Addo to take them to Supreme Court. Or can Wasem?
How has it suddenly become unconstitutional or wrong conduct or incompetence for the Chief Justice to recommend to the President to consider for nomination judges who, in her view, satisfy the constitutional standard of high moral integrity? Yet, despite all the evidence provided, there is a hearing being conducted at Edu Lodge. I have taken this walk through Mr. Ofori's petition to show that the allegations have no bearing whatsoever on any sensitive national issues or public safety or order, or my inability to perform my functions as Chief Justice. They also do not have any basis in law or truth. They are just an attempt to gather a lot of complaints together, regardless of whether they are true or not, whether they are justified or not, just to have an excuse for the conduct of this inquiry that breaks all the rules of fair hearing.
Say, then ended there. Or no, waka see for judges be enko a Supreme Court. Abedania Sama bin sida. Na since Ghana by no, Sadia wenya de bia e wosenka yeti krum ha no. Yeka say Supreme Court or Chief Justice and nominate and I say wafanko fobi din dia koma president. Go into our history. Go into our history. There has never been a day. There has never been a day. A Chief Justice actual letter dia koma president to say me secretary. Any some judges are me pay masem consider form Supreme Court. There has never been a timer, a sitting or a sitting Chief Justice. Letter. She wrote a letter to the president, added names and said these people. You can consult the General Legal Council, which is fine. We understand. You can consult the Ghana Bar Association, those idiots. We understand. But for you to end up writing an official letter to the president and suggesting to the president, because when you consulted the General Legal Council and the Ghana Bar Association, you are consulting them on what? Now, you consulting them does not give you the room to, at the end of the day, suggest to the president who to move to the Supreme Court. And that is where we found, say, you are abusing the office. It is not you, at the end of the day, during your tenure, judges are being nominated by the president too. It is that action, the way you conducted yourself, how you imposed yourself on the process, writing a letter to the president and telling the president to say, move them to the Supreme Court. That's why I told you earlier on, where you sit, so it influences things. Because president, on your lawyer, president, on your judge, president, on the courtroom, and he said, wow, we should judiciary at the paper, at the deed to the my president, and say, me suggest Senko 4 way, or the Omopa Supreme Court. He is taking from you because you are in that field. So 90%, you have decided for the president. You are imposing their pay on the president. You are president on your lawyer. And or your lawyer on your practicing lawyer, on your judge, on the Supreme Court. And he said, extra letter, you are technically telling him, I know my people. I have worked with these people. In fact, if you are going to listen to me, these are the people you need to work with. And technically, you have skewed the process. Do you understand? And we are talking about your own secretary, who at the end of the day led your daughter to get a juicy contract all because of you. We are talking about a judge who sat on your opposition, the opposition's case, Ato Forson case. This judge called Efia Sewa, she sat on Ato Forson's case, which was one of the most controversial cases in the history of the Republic. Because that case, you go for Aremeyaw Attorney General, who was meeting people behind the scenes in the Supreme Court judge's house. You picked Cheba for who we know, all the judges in the High Court and Appeals Court knows how he got there. We are talking about a process that you are forcing on Ghanaians. So, I think, Madam Torkonoo, what you are refusing to understand and then say, in all this process, it is your conduct we are looking at. It is not how you think you live your life. It is the lens, your conduct, and as a Chief Justice. You are refusing to admit that your conduct somehow, some way, wasn't right. But we are looking at your conduct because your jumana wo no emrada ho ethics wo ho. Now, when you read Article 144, thank you, team, for bringing this in. When you read 144, say Neka, this is what Article 144 says. Maybe you don't want to read for the people to know. Article 1442, the president appoints other Supreme Court justices acting on the advice of the Judicial Council in consultation with the Council of State and with the approval of Parliament. So if even the president consults, or through you the president consult the Judicial Council, and even through you the president consult the Council of State, you are not supposed to write a letter to the president and demanding that these 5 judges be moved to the Supreme Court. You have flouted the law. Because the Article 1442 says clearly, the president appoints other Supreme Court justices acting on the advice of the Judicial Council in consultation with the Council of State and with the approval of Parliament. So your job is to sit and allow the process to work. So how do you end up writing a letter and putting names on it and telling the president that these are the people I want you to nominate? No, your conduct is wrong. And you are failing to understand that we are dealing with your conduct, not what or how or what you feel. No, you are getting it wrong. That is where the misleading, no, that is where they are misleading you. And I know you know, but you are deliberately trying to mislead Ghanaians. And it's now sorry, Edu's Lodge. The same Edu's Lodge. And you are Professor Nano Pokwaja na operate or your office free. Edu's Lodge, this building. Then our building we want so dangerous and daring and Robert's TV so Edu's Lodge. Okasaba Kubia, Edu's Lodge. You are trying to implant something. That is why people like us we say so we are political. We are very political. We are dangerous. You are somebody we should be very careful about. We should be very careful about you. Opesa will say that belief na your system you want to destroy it. I'm yet to see one former judge, former lawyer who is legitimate in Ghana defending you. And your mama say all the judges who have retired in Ghana, nobody has stuck their neck out to defend you. Are you not shocked? Now, I'm going to be in Ghana for Torkonoo. And the other point to be or can send me the boss video where the last video no me busa questions be. I want about Torkonoo and Kasa what she did today is unconstitutional. She has broken the law today. Any Ghanaian can take Torkonoo to court. You know why? I mentioned right there. Listen to this video. Come.
They have been in the public domain for some months now. They are actually available on the internet, so I'm not addressing anything that is not known in the public space. Many negative things have been said about me through public commentary on the petitions, although the petitions were responded to 7 days after I received them. And so anyone who cared to acknowledge my side of the story would have had no need to keep repeating the petitions without discussing them with the answers. And when I provided these answers, I also added with evidence to prove that each allegation was either a lie, a wrong opinion about how work is conducted in the judicial service, a wrong opinion on the work of judges, or a wrong opinion on the duties of a Chief Justice. I'll start with Mr. Daniel Ofori's petition. They have been in the public domain for some months now. They are actually available on the internet, so I'm not addressing anything that is not known in the public space. Many negative things have been said about me through public commentary on the petitions, although the petitions were responded to 7 days after I received them. And so anyone who cared to acknowledge my side of the story would have had no need to keep repeating the petitions without discussing them with the answers. And when I provided these answers, I also added with evidence to prove that each allegation was either a lie, a wrong opinion about how work is conducted in the judicial service, a wrong opinion on the work of judges, or a wrong opinion on the duties of a Chief Justice. I'll start with Mr. Daniel Ofori's petition. They have been
so strategically, she did something today. And anytime I catch her, I say, Torkonoo, dangerous. I respected the power, but she knows how to play around words. Onimumrano say odi bonia onim, and she's so calculated when she's committing a crime. Onim said the obey and no is unconstitutional. We boom raso. Now, Emrana a board committee no buying any process no buying no. Onim say it is Emra a yes secret. It was said the omu ye nyinana it should not be in public. Investigators, petitioners, witnesses, Chief Justice herself. That is why Aura eye baby a oko kasana also take oath. Who didn't see say adeɛ na wo bɛka ene de wo bɛte no enkwa abontene. She knows say emra wo hɔ a eriso obuso. Inti okasa no o start no say ensem bi a watete no won framem or say public domain. And Osaka say on the internet. Into one odinka mo ate ase say nyoma bi a or responding to ni nyina ye things on the internet she does not have control over. Tie. The reason why Okansa say it was because from the beginning no Okachira say the only time I will petition when the president of the republic FWD petition the breno. Now since a committee ni tnas no ye man the petition ni bi. If you say committee ni catch and say president na petition ni bi dia, then there's no need we giving you any petition again. So one or say responses are odema and a kasa or kasa you know what she call things that she has heard in the public domain. Secondly, they are things at the end of the day what internet so in some for kafa no and we already know they are known stuff. So right now she's hiding under what we call speculation to answer questions in the petition. Do you understand? Because one, we're taking an oath. Now, at the end of the day, waji petition or president or say sa petition no president to the man na committee no emma the petition. Almost say we who petition no, meaning she knows what is in the petition. Just that before the committee no physically a man the petition no. But as Madam Torkonoo there, she has seen what is in the petition. Every allegation against her, she has seen it. But you see, she wanted to abuse the oath she took. She wanted to breach the law. So she said, she is going to respond to what is in the public, on the internet, things people have been saying about her. So she specifically chose things that are not going to say, I can't find home. In this capacity, she is speaking from what she has heard from the internet and not what is in the petition. Technically, whatever she said today, whatever response she gave today are speculative. Because say a petition or person or answer questions a woman, then she has flouted the law. She has breached the law because she had taken an oath. Time a president to cry at this first petition, the president told her that this should be in secrecy. It is said, okay, she's answering the questions without saying, she's answering the questions in the public domain. Speculations in the media, then she knows, wafumra. Now she's running away from that into Dinkaka say, this is things that are in the public domain. These are things that are on the internet, meaning whatever she's answering today, they are not factual. They are all speculative. Because between you and I, whatever the woman is answering on internet, so in comfort sending, it is not automatic or emphatic that those things are in the petition. Unless you want to tell me, say, President Mahamadu petition, when we read the petition, no. Because already petition there, then what she's answering and saying they are speculative. She knows it's in a petition, but because she has taken an oath, she knows that when we question her, I didn't we didn't see our or say, oh, these were on the internet. Everybody knows. So one, she wants to take a cover. She does not want the law to hang her. And Nitin of Statica said, the answers I'm going to give to the petition questions, these are things in the public domain. They are all on the internet. She is not confirming. She does not want to tell you that she's answering the petition questions. She's being very tactical and diabolic. So if this woman came to stand on TV for about 1 hour and spoke, then it means whatever she came to do were all speculative. We are supposed to ignore her. Because if you came to answer questions that has been posed on social media by anybody, then I should not take you, the Chief Justice, serious. You are being speculative. Until you come to tell me, say, I am answering questions from the petition I have witnessed. But the moment you tell me you are answering questions from the petition you have witnessed, then you have breached the law because you have taken an oath. Strategically, she said, these are things in the public domain she's answering. But technically, she's answering the petition questions. Me as a Ghanaian who is serious about what I do, the Chief Justice came to fool herself today with all due respect to her. Every single thing she did was all on speculation. You cannot come and stand on TV for 1 hour and tell me you are answering petition that is floating on social media. They are not factual. There's nothing that proves that what you are telling me, what you saw on social media, the things that were circulated on the internet are factual. You need to be factual as the Chief Justice of Ghana. She knows that when she says she's factual, she knows that when she says that she's answering the questions from the petition, she has breached the law. So today, she technically, strategically came to tell you she's answering questions from where? From the internet. She's a liar. So you understand now. I need to the end there. Uko chana ka nse we bumra so se me bumra bia so. Na se na wo gina ho na ka petition asem so se na internet nyoma wo internet so ya ka fa me ho na me answer. So you cannot take it to court. Now so ka se nyoma na wo answer no de nyoma wo petition ma she has sworn an oath at the committee level. She is going to be held accountable. And into na obeka asa statement which into we read utie ni here tie de oye.
They have been in the public domain for some months now. They are actually available on the internet, so I'm not addressing anything that is not known in the public space. Many negative things have been said about me through public commentary on the petitions, although the petitions were responded to 7 days after I received them. And so anyone who cared to acknowledge my side of the story would have had no need to keep repeating the petitions without discussing them with the answers. And when I provided these answers, I also added with evidence to prove that each allegation was either a lie, a wrong opinion about how work is conducted in the judicial service, a wrong opinion on the work of judges, or a wrong opinion on the duties of a Chief Justice. I'll start with Mr.
Finished. I think the committee should end this process. She has endangered everybody at the committee level. She has exposed their location. She has exposed the petitioners, their names. She has exposed exactly the precise location of where the hearing is ongoing. This woman has put everybody's life in danger. The committee should fold up. Whatever they have now is enough to end this. She has breached the law. She has exposed every single person on that committee. She has endangered everybody. This woman basically is dangerous to our democracy. And I will advise the committee that if they are close in closing their file, they need to do it now. This woman has nothing to offer. She's out there denigrating the committee, denigrating the president, trying to politicize the matter. The committee, you have heard enough from this woman. She has nothing to offer. End your report, write your report, and drop it on the desk of the president. She has no respect for anybody. She has no respect for the rule of law. She does not respect the constitution. We need to make sure that this matter ends and must end now. Torkonoo is a disease, is a disgrace to the judicial service. What I've explained to you, I'm a clear idea what she did today. Mama Mankofo Wenjimiye, we gave them the power and we have the right through the constitution to take that power. So we are Ghana now, Shemia. Whatever you witness today, Ochina, the MPP, they will come and they will make noise. See them as comedians. Torkonoo, if she has a case, she should go to the committee and answer. If she has a case, she should go to court. But my advice to the committee is, all of you guys on the committee, your lives are in danger. Be careful, because Torkonoo has given you people your location, whatever you do out. She has sent a red signal. She has directed these hooligans to you. Security, national security, the committee is about time you pull the plugs. It's very, very important.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.